Hello, and thank you for exploring Lakehead International's videos. My name is Jordan, and I am the International New and Social Media Officer. I'm also the host of the Lakehead International Live series, a fun and informative way for you to connect with current international students, professors, and ask questions about admissions and everything Lakehead. You are about to watch a recording from one of our previous live sessions. If any questions arise throughout the video, please do not hesitate to comment below. If you would like to check out some of our upcoming live sessions, please head over to our website at lakeheadu.ca/international-live. Let's begin.
And so on that note, I officially want to welcome you to Lakehead, and I want to chat briefly about who we are and what we call home. So Lakehead University is a public institution within Canada, and more specifically Ontario. We do have two main campuses, one in Orillia, Ontario, and one in Thunder Bay, Ontario. Between those two campuses, we have over 2,000 faculty and staff, over 8,500 students, nearly 1,500 of those students who are international too, coming from over 70 countries. And so we really have a wide reach of students and coming from around the world. And so when you join us here on campus, it's a really diverse student body. Some of the things we're really proud to share and talk about are our rankings too, and how we are considered or recognized as a leading institution within Canada. So we are the #1 undergraduate research university. We are the top Canadian university under 10,000 students in the world, and that's a ranking by Times Higher Education. Another ranking by the Times Higher Education is the Global Impact Ranking, and we are in the top 100 for universities across the world. We're also recognized as Canada's top 10 universities in the primarily undergraduate field by Maclean's magazine. Maclean's also recognizes that we're the #1 overall in Ontario, and we're first in Ontario for student awards. So I'm sure you recognize the theme here. We're pretty close to the top in quite a few of these rankings. And so we're really proud to share that although some people and ourselves included consider us a smaller community, a campus community, we still rank and we still shine bright in terms of academic standings and reputation. So I'll pass over to Hector, who's going to chat briefly about why you should choose Canada, and then we'll continue on from there.
Thank you, Jordan. So yeah, most of you have, the world to choose, or a wide range of options to choose from when it comes to planning your study abroad project. So one of the reasons why over 500,000 students international students choose Canada as their destination a year is that we're the first country that embraced multiculturalism as an official government policy in the world. We're in the top 10 most peaceful countries in the world. Like I mentioned, over 500,000 international students every year choose Canada to start their study abroad project. Canadian degrees and universities are recognized worldwide as one of the best in the world. I guess we can just, here you can see a picture of Sleeping Giant from, I believe it's probably Hillcrest Park, a very popular park here in Thunder Bay. And some of the other reasons why international students choose Canada as their destination is the fact that a lot of them see university studies as a pathway to immigration. Canada gives you the opportunity to work while you study, part-time during the school year and full-time during school breaks. After graduation, you're eligible to apply for what they call a postgraduate work permit, and it could be up to 3 years long. And after that, you could also apply for permanent residency. So a lot of our international students, again, see their study abroad project as a pathway to immigration, and Canada has policies that help that process. Let's see, what else do we have here? Okay, great. So Lakehead University is a public university in Canada, and what that means is that all of our programs are recognized by the government of Canada, and you will graduate with the credentials to be able to practice in your field as an accredited professional. We do have a very competitive tuition fee compared to countries like the UK, Australia, New Zealand, and the United States. And we have one of the highest employment rates within our graduates in the province. And in general, the unemployment rate in Canada is pretty low. Let's see, what else do we have? Thank you. So we are located in the province of Ontario. Like Jordan mentioned, we have two campuses. Our main campus is located in the city of Thunder Bay, which is about 90 minutes by plane from the city of Toronto that you all are probably familiar with. It's a city of about 110,000 people, and we'll tell you a little bit more about our city as we move along the presentation. And our newest and most modern campus is in the city of Orillia, which is about 90 minutes by car from the city of Toronto as well. We also have a third campus for some of our programs that we have in partnership with Georgian College. Okay.
Awesome. Hector, I'll jump in here and I'll chat a bit about Thunder Bay. It's my hometown. I'm born and raised here. So it's definitely something I like speaking about. But here's a quick photo of a map of Thunder Bay. So like Hector mentioned, we have 111,000 is our population. And as you expand that area and you go into sort of the suburbs of Thunder Bay, essentially, it definitely grows too. We have over 180 restaurants. Lakehead University's campus is located very close to downtown. We have 4 distinct seasons here in Thunder Bay as well as Orillia, something that we like to call a truly Canadian experience. We have over 20 annual festivals and events here that are really popular and quite incredible to attend. And there are 7 shopping districts within Thunder Bay. So now looking over at the map here, you'll see where our campus is right here in the heart of the city. And then you'll see some of those main attractions. So we have the movie theater, the community auditorium, our waterfront district where you can go skating, Hillcrest Park, and a lot of heritage sites too. With that being said, we also have access to plenty of amenities from our main campus. So on campus, we have our athletics facilities. We also have public transit within the city of Thunder Bay, which our students are provided access to. It's either built into their tuition or heavily discounted, and it's a very nominal fee per year. So here's some photos of Thunder Bay. This, like I was saying, is that waterfront downtown area where you can go skating, and then in the winter, we like to have fires down here. The city puts on plenty of festivals and events throughout the year as well. Here's a photo of Hillcrest Park. Like Hector was mentioning, this is a very popular spot. It's a lookout, and of course you get to see an amazing view of Lake Superior, but also Sleeping Giant. So that rock formation in the background of this group shot here is actually 100% natural, and we call it the Sleeping Giant because it represents or resembles someone sleeping and lying down. And so it's actually a provincial park. So I hope that there's people on today's webinar that are really excited for the nature and the ability to access it within our communities. I had the pleasure of going there last weekend, and I actually hiked to the very top of that. And I will be going again this weekend. Fall, it seems to happen where I want to be outdoors and hiking every day, basically. And here's a better photo of the Sleeping Giant for those who might be interested. And then in our hometown of Orillia, it has a population of just over 30,000. You can see our campus down here at the left. We're located pretty close to downtown again, 4.5 kilometers. There's over 100 restaurants in Orillia. They have 30 annual festivals and events. Again, 4 distinct seasons, which we like to call a truly Canadian experience. And really, a really lovely aspect of their downtown is their shopping district. They've really curated the experience, and there's so many different stores that are owned locally by past graduates of Lakehead University, but also community members. And so it's great to sort of be able to support your local community, but also get that authentic experience. You can see some of those landmarks. So we have the Opera House, we have the downtown shopping district, the museum, the waterfront and beach. It's really great down here. And again, similar to our Thunder Bay campus, access to amenities is second to none. You have public transportation, you have athletic facilities, plenty of shopping, and that's both groceries and just shopping in general, whether you want to go and spoil yourselves with some new clothes, or you need to do some shopping for the winter months. No worries, we've got you covered here. Here's a photo of the downtown and waterfront of Orillia. This is another popular spot for students to come and unwind, essentially. Here's a photo of some of those annual festivals. This is in downtown. I know I hadn't picked this photo because the sky, I've heard from so many international students that when they come to Canada and they get to actually see sort of a clear blue sky or a beautiful sunset, I mean, there's not many people, I've never heard really someone say, I don't enjoy a good sunset or sunrise. So I think this photo really does our city's justice. And here's another photo of our city during one of our popular festivals, especially with the local artwork and installations that we have throughout our communities. On that note, we'll chat a bit about academics now, and this is sort of where I really am gonna get to jump in and get excited about what we can offer you. I just wanna jump over to Hector and make sure, is there any questions in the Q&A or anything in the chat?
Not yet, not yet.
Awesome. So I'll remind our audience, if you do have those questions, we'll be doing our best to work them into today's presentation, but also answering behind the scenes. So don't hesitate to send those through to us. So chatting about academics at Lakehead, we do have social sciences and humanities, health and behavioral sciences, law, medicine, and graduate studies. It's a bit of a mouthful to say all of them, and I don't want to move too fast through them, but we're going to break each of these down right here. So first, we're going to chat about business administration. Business administration, or our faculty, is actually AACSB accredited, which is an accreditation for the entire university's business faculty. And actually only 5% of business schools around the world are accredited by this same organization. And so it really speaks to the reputation we have, but also the academic programming, the supports, the services that we offer our students to stay relevant and also stay competitive. For our undergraduate students, you will study all aspects of business in your first 2 years. I didn't mention this because I was waiting for the slide, but I am also a proud graduate of the Honors Bachelor of Commerce program here at Lakehead University. I did marketing and human resources and industrial relations. So I got to sort of explore those different topics or subject areas over my first couple of years. And then I got to specialize in one of 8 majors, which I chose marketing, and my minor was human resources and industrial relations. We also really like to focus our learning around case-based learning, which essentially means students will be learning from actual real-life examples and they can apply their thinking. We also have the Ingenuity Makerspace, which is an opportunity for students to sort of build their own prototypes, start their own companies, start their own businesses, make their own models, potentially get funding from the Ingenuity space as well. It's a really great place. As you can see in this photo, you have the 3D printers, the laser cutters, all that sort of stuff. I encourage you, if you're interested in that sort of space, you can certainly head over to their website as well and learn more and really get into the details. I don't know everything off the top of my head, and I'm sure if I even tried to name everything here, we'll probably be on this slide for much too long. So next we'll chat about the Faculty of Engineering. Engineering is also accredited by Engineers Canada, and that's all of our programs. So we're really excited about that. Again, speaks to our reputation and the academic programming we offer. We also have engineering degrees and diplomas in 4 years. So this is unique to Lakehead University. We're the only university in Canada that offers this, where our students in a bachelor's degree will actually receive a diploma after their first 2 years. With that diploma, they're able to go into the field and start working. So they can work part-time for firms, they can work full-time in the summer. And it typically leads to really great experience and being able to apply that knowledge you've learned in your first couple of years as you continue to specialize in your major or your field. Pardon me. We have 5 disciplines within the undergraduate fields. So we have chemical, civil, electrical, mechanical, and software. Within our graduate studies or our postgraduate studies, we have a few other ones, but I encourage you to explore those. One final thing within the Faculty of Engineering and unique to us is that we offer a Bachelor of Engineering and MBA in 5 years. And so what happens is you will study your Bachelor of Engineering degree for your first 3 years. And then in your 4th and 5th year, you will start to mingle between MBA courses as well as your final year of courses in engineering. And so when you graduate, you'll be able to apply both your technical knowledge within engineering, but also maybe your business savvy knowledge that you've gained in MBA, which will give you that advantage when you're going into the job market, going to the next level of your career and your educational journey. The Faculty of Science and Environmental Studies, we're very fortunate to have state-of-the-art laboratories, diverse natural environments, and access to that directly on campus. If not, our larger community will provide even a larger plethora of opportunities. And you have the ability to focus your degree with specializations. This photo is actually from a computer science classroom. I know that that's a really popular program within science and environmental studies. I don't have time to list every single program and every single faculty, but some of those that jump out are applied life sciences, the biologies, the chemistries, the computer sciences. Those are really, really popular within science and environmental studies. And lots of them offer that cooperative advantage as well, which I'll be chatting about towards the end of the academic section. We have the Faculty of Natural Resources Management, where you can study all aspects in your first 2 years. You can specialize in one of 6 majors. And we also offer plenty of experiential learning opportunities. This faculty is where we have our environmental management as well as our forestry program. And so for our students that are looking to sort of be stewards of the earth and be that next generation and leading change to be more economical in terms of what we do with our natural resources, this is probably your perfect faculty. And I encourage you to explore both the 2 programs. But with that being said, then the many majors after that. We have our Faculty of Education. So we have concurrent degrees, which means you can be studying a Bachelor of Arts at the same time while you're earning your degree towards education and becoming a certified teacher within Ontario, which, to remind our viewers, being a teacher in Ontario typically allows you to transfer and teach within education systems around the world because it's so highly regarded. We offer our students 105 days of placement within the program. And so this is where you'll actually get to go into classroom environments and have a teacher who's been in their career for quite some time, and they'll be able to guide you in that experience. And we are partnered with over 50 school boards across Ontario, but also we do have international partnerships, and we have had students go on exchanges. And so it's really, it's powerful to know that the connections that we have will help you find the right fit for your placement and your experience at Lakehead. Within the Faculty of Social Sciences and Humanities, we are recognized as one of the top 10 for social sciences and humanities research. We also have the opportunity to combine majors where you can study multiple different areas. And of course, we have experiential learning opportunities built into a vast majority of our programs and courses, which we can get into detail of, but I think we might get held up again, one of those things where I'll talk endlessly and never know when to cut myself off. In our Faculty of Health and Behavioral Sciences, we have the ability to put your theory into practice with labs, internships, and placements. You can see a group of nursing students here in this photo are actually in our nursing simulation lab, where they get to, again, put the theory into practice and practice on fake patients, dolls, mannequins, but also get to work with each other and their fellow classmates to learn some of the techniques and skills they'll require to enter that nursing field. We have plenty of connections with community partners. We're very fortunate to have the Thunder Bay Regional Health Sciences Center, the main trauma center, critical care, acute care center for Northwestern Ontario, a very large region within our province. We are located directly across the street from them. And so that's one of our major connections for sure. But the amount of partners and community organizations that we work with is quite amazing, to be honest. And with that being said, we also have pre-med programming. So many of the programs within this faculty are often leading students to that next level of our Faculty of Medicine or a master's degree within the medical field. So Faculty of Graduate Studies, although they don't technically offer individual degrees, they actually represent all of the graduate studies in general across the other faculties. We do offer course-based masters, thesis-based masters, and there are collaborative opportunities where you get to work with both your faculty or your supervisor, but also fellow graduate students within the lab environment, within the research setting, wherever it might be. I paint with broad strokes in terms of how I represent the graduate opportunities, because it really speaks to what program you're going after, what are the experiences, what field are you going to be studying, what are you going to write your thesis on maybe, or maybe you're going to do a course base. The opportunities are quite endless here, and I encourage you to learn more, explore our website, or connect with us if you need help. We also have our non-direct entry faculty, so we have law and medicine. And if you would like to learn more about those, essentially for students that are interested but are international, once they've secured and they have that undergraduate degree within Canada, or the equivalent of a 4-year undergraduate degree, and if they're international students, they will have to receive their PR. So there's that one extra step in there to receive permanent residency, and then they are more than welcome to apply and service these two faculties, which have really unique mandates to address the local community and where we might lack in some of our offerings. For example, in medicine, we have a mandate to help the smaller communities within Northwestern Ontario. And so we have our actual doctors going in and doing placements in the hospitals that are smaller community hospitals. The cooperative advantage. I promised you I'd get to this topic, and I'm really excited to chat about it because I think it's a really unique opportunity for you to gain valuable experience, but also really add to your CV or resume. So there's 4 to 16-month work terms built into co-op, and there are select programs. So not every program offers a co-op, but within that, you can certainly explore and understand what the length of your term might be. The typical or the average amount students are paid, this is a paid experience, is $20 to $25 an hour, ranging on what your field is, but also what company you end up securing a co-op with. And again, we have plenty of international and national partners, and you'll see a few of those on the screen now. So we have IBM, Honda, Bell, Amazon, RBC. Some of these logos you might recognize as being some of the largest companies across the world, but also we have a few in here that are local to us and near and dear to our hearts because they've certainly supported our students in offering plenty of opportunities and experiences. On that note, I will pass it over to Hector, who's going to chat about the Lakehead Georgian program. Oh, Hector, you're muted there. The wonders of Zoom.
Thank you, Jordan. No worries. Let's give you a break. So yes, we do have 4 very interesting and popular programs that we offer in partnership with Georgian College, which is one of the largest colleges in Ontario. They are computer science, applied life sciences, electrical engineering, and environmental sustainability. So one of the reasons why it is special is that you will get to earn a technologist diploma and a bachelor's degree as part of your 4-year program. You will spend for 3 of those programs 2 years in the city of Barrie and 2 years in the city of Orillia. For the electrical engineering program, you will spend all 4 years in the city of Barrie. Okay, you will receive both diplomas or both academic designations at the end of the 4 years, and we do have an extra financial incentive for these programs. That is our International Visionary Award. It is a $4,000 kind of like scholarship that you will get once you get admitted into the program. Okay, all of those programs offer as well a cooperative education opportunity where you will, like Jordan was mentioning just a few seconds ago, you will get to graduate with work experience as part of your program of study, and that gives you a very competitive advantage by the time you graduate and finish your program.
Awesome. I'll just jump in here and I'll mention that I know many people are probably, we've sparked your interest with the $4,000 International Visionary Award. There is a section in today's presentation about scholarships and awards where we'll break that down and what that looks like actually coupled on top of our undergraduate international entrance scholarship. So there's more money than just the 4,000, and we're going to talk about it. And we know students love to hear it and learn more about it and understand how they can get it. So just give us a moment here and we'll get to that section shortly enough. So I'll pass it back to Hector, who is going to chat about Barrie, where we call our hometown for our Lakehead Georgian programs.
Absolutely. So yeah, Barrie is a city that is about an hour from the city of Toronto. You can get there by train, public transportation, car. It's a city of about 150,000 people. It has absolutely everything you can expect from any city in North America, like in Thunder Bay, Orillia. We have absolutely everything you need to have a positive and I cannot talk today, I'm sorry. Study abroad experience, okay? So the city is in the shores of Lake Simcoe. They have over 300 restaurants, host over 57 annual festivals and events throughout the spring, summer, and fall. There's a 3-kilometer long downtown that is buzzing with restaurants, clubs, different sort of like shop, like a small shopping district or shops. Like most of our cities in Canada, they do experience all 4 seasons. And there's 3 shopping districts in the city as well. You can see there where like the train station is, the public transportation, the downtown is very close, like along the shores of Lake Simcoe. And you can see that where our campus is located and the shopping districts as well.
Awesome, and we have a few photos of Barrie. So this is that waterfront. That's a common theme among our cities, is we like to showcase our waterfront because we know our students love to come here and unwind essentially and maybe take a break from academics or simply get some fresh air and get outside so they can walk downtown, they can walk around the waterfront and really take in the natural beauty of our hometowns. Here's a beautiful sculpture in Barrie. It's called the Spirit Catcher. If you'd like to learn more, I encourage you to check it out online. And then here's a beautiful night shot of Barrie as well, sort of showcasing that downtown district that Hector was talking about, where there's plenty to do. I mean, that is also a theme within all of our hometowns and cities. There's plenty to do either downtown or within nature. So next we're going to chat about the Lakehead experience, which is going to talk a bit about student life and getting involved, how we can support you, all that sort of stuff. The first one is student clubs and leadership. I'll chat about this, and then I know Hector may jump in and join in here. So we do have over 50 clubs available. The clubs are based on a wide variety of things. So they could be academic focused, they could be culturally focused, they could be about sports, movies, interests, video games, so much more. Some of my favorite clubs, include the Business Association. We also have the Chinese Scholars, and I'm drawing the blank of the full name, but it's the Chinese Student Scholars Association. I think that's it. We have Louisa, which is the Lakehead University Indian Student Association. So all of these different clubs, like I mentioned, how they either focus on a wide variety of things or they support a certain demographic or culture. They're always hosting fun events and providing opportunities for students to get involved and connect with new people. Within the other side of the realm here on leadership opportunities, there are plenty of things to get started with. As I mentioned at the very beginning of today's presentation, I manage the Global Ambassador Program, which is an amazing opportunity for you to connect with fellow students, but also really get great experience on campus in a leadership role. We also have the Peer Mentor Program, the Excel Leadership Program. Those are just a few to name. Again, I would be here all day if I tried to name too many of them. So next we're going to chat about athletics and recreation. So that's sort of about student life and getting involved. Here on the Thunder Bay campus, fitness facilities are really close to campus. They're actually located about a 5-minute walk from the main academic buildings, maybe a 3-minute walk from most of our residences. So the access to them is really great. The photos in the background here you can see, and I'll talk briefly about them. We have a rock climbing wall, we have beach volleyball courts, we have many studios, including hot yoga studios. We have a full Olympic-sized swimming pool, plenty of weight rooms and cardio rooms. We have an indoor hangar, which has an indoor track, has an artificial turf where you can play cricket, football, soccer, any sort of sport, and there's plenty of teams to get involved in. Something else within the athletics and Thunder Bay is our Wolf Den. So this is our brand new athletics experience. It's a 50,000 square foot space where we've just completed it. It just opened earlier this year. And this is actually sort of the first semester where our students are getting the true experience of the Wolf Den. And so I'll sort of show you some photos because we were able to get in there recently. The photos are really amazing and this space is beautiful. So it actually acts as the main entrance, the main hub, the check-in for all of our guests. There's plenty of lounge space, study space, just places to gather. So maybe you're waiting for a friend to go do a quick pickup game of basketball. Maybe you're going to do a workout with someone. You can hang out in the lounge space. Or if you just need to unwind and you want to be surrounded by the energy within athletics. This great gymnasium has a full basketball court, but also has the lines painted for just about every sport you can think of that you would play on a court like this. You can see the many basketball nets that we have installed also because we recognize that students like to play plenty of pickup games or just have a lot of intramural sports. Like I mentioned, we have cardio rooms and free weight rooms. So this is one of that new rooms within the Wolf Den. Quite honestly, I don't know too much about the weights that I'm seeing on my screen right now, I'll be honest with you, but I know that this was built within consultation of so many of our students, and so this is exactly what they needed and wanted. And like I mentioned, the cardio rooms too. I do recognize most of these. So we have Stairmasters, treadmills, ellipticals, bikes, we have curved treadmills, rowers. There's a lot in this new space. And I mean, if you look to the left here in this photo, you can see actually this overlooks the gymnasium, that court. And so the view is quite incredible and it feels bright, open and airy in here. Within athletics and recreation, we also have 20 varsity and club teams. We also have 9 recreational sports teams. The varsity and club teams, of course, are typically done through both recruitment or tryouts, whereas the recreational teams are done more traditionally in the sense of if anyone who joins our campus is interested, they can certainly look into joining one of those teams. We also have plenty of intramural sports teams that you can get involved in. Next, I'm going to pass over to Hector to chat about our student sports and more specifically international student sports.
Fantastic. So we do have an international students services team that has academic advisors, financial advisors, immigration advisors to support you from the moment you're considering to register for classes until you graduate and finish your program. As you can see here on the list, we have international advising, study permit advising, personal counseling and guidance. We organize student orientations through every single intake we have to make sure that you're familiar with services we offer on campus, all the opportunities that you have available to have a positive experience here with us. We offer free airport pickup. With COVID, what we're doing is we're offering a taxi sheet. Unfortunately, this last year and a half, we haven't been able to go and welcome you to the airport, but we're making sure that you have a positive experience arriving to our campus. And we do organize regularly excursions, so you get to know our culture, our area, and again, you have a wholesome experience here with us. We also have international student lounge in our ISS office, where you can come and get coffee, play video games with peers. We have satellite TV, and different games for you to, again, get to socialize and meet other students from different parts of the world, and get to even meet students who are trying to practice their English. But we can continue.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to click that. I also wanted to jump in. I know the International Student Lounge is sort of our hub of main campus. We call it the heart of our campus in Thunder Bay here, where international students can gather for different events. And so your mention of satellite TV, I recall pre-COVID, during the FIFA World Cup, I believe it was, the lounge was always packed with students watching the soccer games. And so when it's major sporting events, we'll put it on our TVs, and it becomes a gathering space, like Hector said, where you can meet new peers who maybe share a passion in that sport that you're watching on TV. Or if you're just simply to meet new people, you couldn't care what's on the TV, it's still a great space for you to come and meet them. And like Hector mentioned, also practice your English. That's another big one for us. I'll pass it back to you, Hector, to chat about some of the other key sports we have on campus.
Yeah, so as part of the overall sort of services that we have for the entire Lakehead community, we have a student success center where we will help you gain the skills to succeed in your professional life, or even like right before you graduate, or even when you're looking for an internship opportunity, or you're looking for those co-op placements. There's a team there that will help you with resume building, cover letter writing, I guess. They will help you with, developing your interviewing skills in terms of just the delivery of them. They will help you record yourself and practice the most common questions during interviews and those sort of things. We do have a student central office where they will help you with absolutely every single question you may have about your the admin aspect of your academic studies. So payments, scholarships, admissions, student advising. We do have academic advising as part of our international student team, but the student central office also have academic advising. If you have more program specific questions that our academic advisors cannot necessarily help you with, then they will connect you with the team from Student Central. We have a student accessibility service office for those students with diverse abilities that need a little bit more help or time or support with their classes or studies or program. We have a team that will help you succeed and get that support that you need. We have a student health and counseling center where you can get different services related to your health, whether it is mental health and well-being, or even if it's, you're kind of sick and you want to get a checkup, or, I believe, and you can correct me, Jordan, but I think we're also going to be administering like the COVID-19 vaccine through their office as well for the campus community. I'm not 100% sure about that, but that's what I heard.
We are. We just actually recently launched the vaccination clinic here on our campus in Thunder Bay. I'm not quite familiar. I know in Orillia there's opportunities for students to have access to the vaccines if they're joining us, and they weren't able to get it in their home country quite yet. But there are definitely opportunities to access that on campus.
Yeah, we also have a 24/7 security team that is on campus all day, every day, providing services to the campus community in general. Okay, whether it is the residents, or if you're in a different part of the campus and you need to get to your car and you're not comfortable walking by yourself or something like that, there are services there to help you with that. We have the student union that is constantly organizing events for our students and making sure that our students have the support they need. They are the ones making sure that you have an extended health insurance program, and that a lot of the services on campus are directed towards your student experience are also in place. We have a campus tech and bookstore, so you can get your books right here on campus, any sort of like things, pencils, whatever you need for your program. Also like Lakehead swag and, t-shirts and hoodies and, mitts and mugs and all those sort of things. And we have an Office of Human Rights as well that is there to support everyone on campus.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Hector. So the next we're going to chat about living on campus. I know we prefaced sort of a bit about being on campus and all the supports and services you can access, but actually we're going to talk about our resident services and the convenience and benefits of living on campus.
I can help with that too, Jordan.
For sure, yeah, I'll pass it right back to you.
Yeah, so we have different options for you to live on campus. On our Thunder Bay or at our Thunder Bay campus, okay? One of the benefits of living on campus is that you will get the real Canadian experience or Canadian academic experience. I don't know how to describe it, but if you're living on campus and probably working on campus as well, your life, you will be breathing, Lakehead all day long in terms of like you'll make sure, like, I don't know, you will be involved in all aspects of your life, or Lakehead will be involved in all aspects of your life. I don't know if I'm making sense, but that was pretty much what my experience was when I moved to Canada. I was living, working, and of course taking my classes on campus, and it was the best thing I could have ever experienced in terms like it helped me focus on my studies. And as we were mentioning here, one of the advantages is that it's safe and secure for those students who are not familiar with the area, like the town. The first year, it's fantastic if you can live on campus because then you don't have to worry about anything. We have 24/7 security on campus. It's convenient and close for those of you who are terrified of the winter, like I was. You're going to live on campus, so it's just a short walk to your classroom. Back home, if you're working on campus as well, it's just a short walk to work. We have flexible meal plans, which makes life a lot easier. So if you're not very good at cooking like I am, and I think Jordan maybe, I don't know. No, I think you're a great cook, but like the meal plan, it's just a lifesaver. If you don't have time to cook in between classes and work, or you're just simply not into it. We offer meal plans with all of our accommodation programs. Some of them are mandatory for some of our accommodation options, and for some of them are optional. And again, you will be surrounded by other students like you. We'll get to meet people from all over the world and live with them and like share the same space on the campus community. And they do organize opportunities for you to either work within the residence facilities, and also just develop different leadership skills through our RA sort of like program, or there's even like social committees within the residence life that you can participate in. Okay, let's.
Just realized I was muted there. Sorry. Next, we'll actually chat about the options. We'll kick it off with Lakehead Thunder Bay. So I'm going to quickly go over this just because I know we have a few slides to get through ahead of these. And I don't want to skip our scholarship slide that I promised earlier already. So we have our residents at the top right. You can see that cluster of buildings. That's not all of them. There are actually a few across the campus on the other side here. But you can see athletics. Like I said, a few-minute walk to our athletic buildings. Our academic buildings are so close, and our international center. You can see, if you can see my mouse here in the center where it's actually expanded, and you actually get a floor plan of the international center. This is the hub or the heart of main campus, we like to say. So the first residence option on Thunder Bay is our single dorm rooms. You'll have Wi-Fi, cable TV access, a mini fridge within your room. You'll also have a shared lounge and social space, study rooms, laundry facilities, and washrooms for this residence option. Like Hector mentioned, the flexible meal plans. There are opportunities to have a flexible meal plan here, but they are mandatory, and it's structured to be a 7 days a week, all you can eat plan. Here's a photo of inside the residence. So you see your bed there, you have your massive desk in this room, plenty of space on the walls to decorate as you wish. You can't change the color, you can't go grab a can of paint and paint it a new color, but you can certainly hang quite a bit, whether it's a calendar, whether it's your flag from your home country, there's so much. And previous or in the future, when you are sort of packing and preparing for your travel or journey to Canada, we'll host more webinars that are actually themed around what we encourage you to pack and what we encourage you to bring. Another option is our townhouse. So we have townhouse is a shared living environment. It has 4 private bedrooms in each townhouse, and they're on the 2nd floor. There's a shared living room with cable TV. There's a washroom, a full kitchen, and Wi-Fi. So like I said, it's on 2 floors. All of the shared accommodations essentially are on the main level, excluding the shared washroom, which is on the 2nd floor with the 4 bedrooms. Here's inside one of those bedrooms here, where you have your desk, your bed, plenty of storage space for you to either fill with your knickknacks or your clothes, whatever it might be. It's your space, so you can decorate as you wish. And then we have our apartments. It's a similar style as our townhouse. However, it's on 1 floor. There are still 4 private bedrooms, a shared living room with cable TV. There's 2 washrooms in this option. One is a full washroom with the shower and tub. The second washroom is simply the toilet and sink. There's a full kitchen and Wi-Fi. Here's a photo of inside the room where you again get your private desk, your closet space, your shelves, your bed, all that sort of stuff. Lakehead Orillia, we have our academic building, our cafeteria and bookstore, as well as our residence. Hector previously mentioned this is our newest campus, and so this is a very modern campus and brand new facilities. And so our residence itself offers Wi-Fi, cable TV access, mini fridge in each room. There's a shared social lounge, study rooms, and laundry facilities. Unique to Orillia is the in-suite sink and the adjoining washroom shared with one other room. So essentially, you and one other person, a term that we've coined ourselves or we've adapted is your can mate. So your roommate that you share the washroom with, there's doors on either side of your units, but you still have your private bedroom, your private study space, all that sort of stuff for yourself. And this is comes with a mandatory meal plan. Here's a photo inside that. So like I mentioned, that in-suite sink, your bed, your desk, that sort of stuff, really bright and beautiful with that big window. There are blinds, so you can shut it if you want to sleep in the middle of the day or take a nap in the middle of the day. You can certainly shut the blinds and get a nice dark room. But I really like the bright, beautiful window so that it feels a little more airy in there. And then on our Barrie campus, our residence is at the top right and our academic buildings are here in the center. Our athletics fields are on the bottom right there. In Barrie, you have a 2-bedroom suite, which includes a phone, Wi-Fi, satellite TV access, and a refrigerator. We also have a shared social lounge, study rooms, and laundry facilities within the Georgian residence. And you do share a bathroom with one other room. So it's similar to our Orillia setup. However, you have a little bit of a kitchenette. You just don't have a full stove and oven. So be mindful in that. Here's a photo of the bedroom where you, again, your bed, your desk, your storage units, all that sort of stuff. Eating on campus and meal plans, we have a variety of options across our 3 campuses. So if you have vegetarian, vegan, gluten-free, halal, or a dietary restriction, all of our campuses are willing to work with our students on an individual basis to ensure that you have meals that you enjoy and that are matching to your dietary restrictions or your personal preferences. We have a mix of Canadian and cultural cuisine, so they will certainly do your pizza nights, your pasta nights, that sort of thing, but they'll also mix in some more culturally relevant food to our students. So they'll have butter chicken, for example. They'll have pad thai one night. They'll have gyros from Greece, that sort of thing. So there's a lot of different flavors, and there's typically always something that you'll want to eat here. And so there's plenty of options. We also have local and international brands across our campuses. So on our Thunder Bay campus, we actually have a Starbucks location in the Agora, but we also have plenty of local coffee shops actually spread out around campus. One's run by our even student union. So it's really, really exciting to be on campus. Eating off campus, across all three of our cities, we have over 100 restaurants in each city that feature foods from around the world. So in Thunder Bay, some of my favorites are some of our Indian restaurants. I'm trying to think of some other ones. Some of our Italian restaurants are really killer. When I was in Barrie not too long ago, they had a great Middle Eastern restaurant that had dishes from all over the Middle East. And it was phenomenal. In Orillia, similar to when I visited Barrie, I got to try plenty of restaurants. As I was on a work trip, I was eating out basically every meal. And so I really got to try all the different flavors. So it's nice to know that when you're coming to one of our hometowns, you'll have an opportunity to sort of try new foods, but also maybe have that comfort food that you remember your family members making and whatnot. Budgeting for university, this is a big topic. Just being mindful of the time. I know we are about 5 minutes out from the wrapping up today's webinar, so I'm going to continue on and just power through. Hector, Claire, if there are any questions, I know that I've marked a few I'm going to answer live. I'll still try and get to those, but I'll encourage you to answer behind the scenes still.
Absolutely.
So budgeting for university, chatting a bit about academic expenses. These are the fall 2021 rates, but our undergraduate ranges from $26,500 to $34,000, depending on which program you're going to take. And then of course the level of study. So the undergraduate represents 1 academic year, which is 2 semesters or 8 months. The graduate side is for 1 academic year, which is 3 semesters or 12 months. Ancillary fees cover a wide variety of different fees that are applied to support different services and opportunities here on campus. Books, we have a range here between $1,000 and $2,000. Of course, that's flexible, being in terms of you're going to get every last book you need and you're going to buy them brand new. Are you going to buy the hard copy with the hard cover? Are you going to buy the soft copy? Or are you going to buy a digital version? You could also potentially rent the book. You could buy a used book. You might want to chat with your professors. Can you get the last edition of the book? Being a student myself, I was always selling my books to the next generation or the next year below me as they entered my courses, and vice versa. I was buying the year above me. So there's plenty of opportunities to be flexible with in terms of that budget. The total academic expenses does range, so you can see that at the bottom. I won't break those down for you though. And then for living expenses, we have a quick overview. Our on-campus expenses are ranging based on how long you're staying. So again, undergraduate is for that 8 months, whereas graduate is for 12 months. So that's where you see the price differences here. Off-campus housing is available. However, we do not facilitate it. We encourage you to look for an option that best suits your needs and sort of wherever you might want to live within our hometowns. And we can make recommendations, but we don't facilitate or necessarily help with that process. We also have a UHIP, which is the University Health Insurances Plan. All students are automatically enrolled in that, and they are required to have it so that you can access any healthcare opportunity here in Canada that we can access in terms of like the emergency department at our hospital, or if you get sick and you have to go to a doctor or a walk-in clinic, this will help cover that expense. We have food. So this again is a range between $400 and $500 a month. That's a generous amount of money for sure for one person. However, we want to make sure that we have it on the upper limit so that you're aware that if you want to shop and get all the best brands and really spoil yourself with treats, you're going to be at the top of that budget. But if you're conscious with your spending and you're more aware of maybe sales and deals and when you can really save money, you could be on the lower end of that budget or even below that budget as well. Personal expenses, pardon me, we did budget $1,500 for 8 months or $2,250 for 12 months. That again ranges. That was more of a generalization of different amenities, whether it was going to get your hair cut, going and getting some of those soaps, shampoos, toothbrush, toothpaste, that sort of thing. That again will range based on how much you're willing to spend. Next, we're going to chat about scholarships. So this is, like I promised, an exciting slide to chat about. Our first scholarship applies to students in the academic range of 75% to 79.9%, or an IB range of 28 to 29. You'll actually receive $6,000 in your very first year at Lakehead University. The next scholarship is between 80 and 89.9, or 30 and 30 to 34 IB. And that is a valued scholarship at $30,000. That is $7,500 each year for 4 years, provided that you can maintain a specified academic average. And last but not least, for 90% and over, or 35 plus on your IB range, you have a scholarship of $40,000, which is $10,000 Canadian each year for 4 years, provided you can maintain your academic average. For graduate students, we do have graduate assistantships, but they are limited numbers available, and those are actually offered to students directly when they apply and they receive that offer from the Faculty of Graduate Studies. You will know right then and there whether or not you'll be receiving a graduate assistantship. The breakdown I mentioned earlier, where you have your International Visionary Award, again, that can actually be coupled with our International Entrance Scholarships. So we have our $4,000 that we chatted earlier about. And then there's a new range here. So 70 to 74.9%, you will also receive that International Visionary Award, which is really exciting. A quick breakdown of that, you can see, I won't break those down for you, but in year one, it does range between 4,000 and 14,000. And then the subsequent years in 2, 3, and 4, you could be ranging between 7,500 to 10,000, depending on whether you're able to achieve that first academic average. Working while you study is another important aspect of budgeting for university. We know that students are often working part-time jobs to help pay for part of the tuition or living expenses. And so with that, we provide plenty of supports for our students. We have career and job fairs, we have career services that Hector talked about, which include career advising, job preparation, resume workshops. And we also have the exclusive Lakehead University Job Bank, which you can access as a student to see what opportunities are in your community. And next, we're going to chat about applying to Lakehead. This is a pretty brief slide. And with that being said, when it wants to change here on my end, there we go. The enrolling at Lakehead is sort of 4 simple steps. So we have applying online, which is the first, and that's sort of where you start the whole process. Then you want to make sure you meet the admission requirements. So you want to make sure that when if you're currently studying, you're achieving those requirements or that academic average that you need to successfully get into the program. And then we have to make sure you meet the English language proficiency requirements to study in an English institution. So that can be satisfied whether it's through an ESL test, IELTS, TOEFL, Duolingo, or one of the other options. We have a few on what we accept that aren't listed here also. We have Lakehead's academic English program, which I'll chat about briefly next, or your senior level English courses or years of study. So if you, for example, studied the past 3 years in an English medium institution, we can verify that. We may be able to waive your English language proficiency requirements, or for our senior level English courses, if you study certain curriculums at a high level and you achieve a certain grade within that course, we can also waive that proficiency. And last but not least, we encourage you then to submit your documents. So once you've done these, they're not in a step-by-step, so it's not 1, 2, 3, 4. This happens all at the same time, but that's why we're here. We want to support and assist you in the process. Meeting the minimum requirements ensures consideration for admissions, but does not guarantee it, just to clarify. And last but not least, here is our Lakehead Academic English program. So it is accredited by Languages Canada. All of our teachers are. And so you can feel confident in whether you need to improve your English language skills for academic purposes or just in general. Maybe you are doing a short-term program with us. We will help you strengthen your English skills in both reading, writing, listening, and speaking. And we do that through a lot of different methods. A really exciting aspect is that we integrate true Canadian experience and a cultural experience with that. And so those are done through excursions. So this is an opportunity where you get to experience Canada, but also practice all of those English skills that we're trying to strengthen in terms of how you'll be most successful either when you go home or when you continue on into your academic program.
Thank you for checking out today's video. If you have any questions, you can always comment below. Stay connected and follow us on our social media channels to stay informed about upcoming webinars and get an insider sneak peek of Lakehead University. See you next time.